What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 12th day of September, and here we are, sitting at about $3.04 with 7 hours and 24 minutes left in the day. We are moving higher. I very much believe day by day as time goes on that the low is in. We had this very convincing day of a bull trap on the 9th here, and well, the days that have preceded have definitely been bullish, and I think invalidated this bearish notion here. It looked like a bull trap, but man, these past 3 days, this is not bull trap behavior, man. I very much do believe that we're breaking out, and dating back to this low here, I think this actually was in itself a bear trap because we faked out to the downside. Inevitably, I thought we'd go lower. I thought we would see like 265 to 255 as a low, and it's still possible. Maybe we do. And with that being said, if I'm wrong and this is not the low, which I know I've never been wrong before, but if it happens for the first time here and we go down to 265 to 255, somewhere in that area, or 250, that's a perfect area to buy. It's not a perfect area to sell. It's not a perfect area to panic. It's a perfect area to buy because inevitably the upside that's coming that we're predicting to happen now will happen, whether it happens right now or we move down first and then we move up. It's going to happen. Okay, it's going to happen very, very soon. I would expect, being that it is the 12th today, I would expect we continue to pump going into the 17th. And then on that day of the FOMC announcement where Jerome Powell announced that the Fed is cutting interest rates, we're getting a rate cut. I believe that we'll see a little bit of turbulence. We'll probably move down, right? Buy the hype, sell the news event. And then, after like a week or after a few days, when things settle, the dust settles, we'll begin to move back up again. I would expect it to be a kind of interesting shakeout to happen on that day, but maybe not. Maybe we just continue to pump. Anything's possible, but I really would expect that we do see some shaky on that 17th and maybe even the following days after that. But going into that, between now and then, that's 5 days from now, we should be moving up. It is Friday. 7 hours, 22 minutes left in this day. The weekend typically is boring. I don't normally make this call. And normally when I do make this call, I feel like I'm not accurate on it, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some bullish behavior over the weekend. If Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, the whole market as a whole is moving up over the weekend, I wouldn't be surprised. And maybe not every coin's going to move up, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some life over the weekend. Typically, the weekends are boring. I wouldn't be surprised if this weekend was a little bit different. We leave a gap behind. Everybody loves to fade the CME gaps. Whenever Bitcoin leaves a gap behind, that only happens when we have a bullish weekend. And then people go short. They think that we're going to fill that gap. It's a perfect bear trap. And right now, what better of a scenario would we need than a perfect bear trap in order to continue pumping the price higher? I mean, we look at these liquidation levels, you guys, over the past 24 hours. The shorts are right up there with the longs. Do you see how there are $2.5 billion in shorts for Bitcoin? And we're sitting here above 115K. You guys, we're at like the highest prices of the month. We're not even $1,000 away from where our high was earlier today. Like, people are so eager to short this thing. They're in disbelief that we're rallying here. The low is in. I was in disbelief up until this day here, up until the 10th. Then I started to get a little bit, we might be wrong. That's a very convincing breakout. XRP is going to follow suit, right? Again, I'm very confident. Whenever I'm confident in the price action of Bitcoin, I'm confident in the price action of XRP. When I'm confident and vice versa, right? The charts, they tend not to disagree. It's hard to have XRP having bullish prospects while Bitcoin's having bearish prospects or vice versa. Looking at this here on a 1 hour time frame, getting into the analysis now. Looking at this 1 hour RSI, we do look pretty damn bullish. We're right in the areas we expect to bounce, and that's a nice finish coming up on this 1 hour time frame here. Bouncing off the oversold zone on the stochastics, nice. MACD overall is very bullish. We love to see it. 4 hour time frame here. RSI finding resistance plenty of times, but you're just not rejecting. Your rejection zones are not rejecting. So you're going to move higher. Stochastics look bullish. MACD looks bullish. It's all good. It's all very, very good. We look at the daily time frame. You see where we are from a high, all-time high, to we're going to take this low. Maybe we should take the fake out low because it's kind of relevant to this move down. Let's take it. It's not that far off anyways. We're above the 382. Nice. I think a good goal for today would be to close above $3.03. If we can close today above $3.03, you close 2 days in a row above the 382. You guys know how I feel about that. Typically, that implies we're going to the golden ratio. And here's the thing of it, okay? We've already interacted with this area once, okay, before this low, but like technically we've already interacted with it once. I would think we push higher. We're probably going to push to $3.43 to $3.53. If not there, then dramatically higher by the end of this month. We could be all the way up at 343 to 353 over the next 5 days by the 17th. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if we were. But at least 325 to 333 by the 17th. And then again, we see some turbulence. And then we go into the end of the month. The last 10 days or so should be very bullish. I think the last 5 to 10 days of the month will be bullish. We'll either be pressing all-time highs or we will be at new all-time highs. Going into the month of October, seeing some very bullish execution taking place. The first target area to consider really would be about, you know what, I don't even actually want to take that fib. I think this fib might be more important because we're overall in this greater fib range right here. High to low here. Yeah, 1414 lines up with that. The first target area to consider would be about $4.20. The next target area would be about $5.40. As we progress higher, $6.50. And once you hit this threshold, really once you break above $5.40, the golden ratio here, you're engaging with the secondary target areas, which are anywhere from the 1886 to the 2618, okay? And that's $11.32 to $6.57. I still very much believe that XRP is going to see prices all the way up at $13 to $16, but these are the steps ahead, right? You're not just going to move through it in one fell swoop. I mean, maybe. It's not like you haven't done this kind of stuff before, but you'll probably find turbulence along the way. And whenever we overlay these fibs like this, it makes sense. You probably find some turbulence at 655 to 715. You've got the money zone here. You've got the 1886, 200 there. Your money zone for the greater fib is all the way up at 1382 to 1637. This is ultimately where I think our final destination is going to be. And could we get there by the end of October? I think we absolutely could. That'd be an insane move. It absolutely would be, but we've seen this kind of insane movement before. It wouldn't be too crazy. I mean, just the way that I have it drawn there, we pull this, we bring it all the way back over here. Look at that. Oop. Is it not perfect? It's literally the same. It's literally the same. I couldn't have drawn it better if I tried, right? Money zone, 1382 or higher. Golden ratio, 5618. It's the quintuple golden ratio there, about $15. I really wouldn't be surprised in the least if this is ultimately where we stopped. The question is, when do we get there? Will it be by the end of October? Will it be by the end of the year? I'm assuming it's going to be somewhere in that time frame at least, or at the most. And going into 2026, we should be achieving dramatically, significantly higher prices than that. Ultimately, I very much do believe that XRP is going to see prices all the way up at, you know, anything from $40 to $70, but I'm going to make another video on that, you know, and just keep the short-term stuff or the more intermediate stuff relevant to this video. So I'll probably end it there. We got a lot of upside to go. Patience, my friends, patience. You've been very patient. Since January, you've been very patient, okay? Since July, you've been teased, but patient. Patience pays in this game. Don't make any irrational decisions. Hold. And if you're smart, you might just buy some more, okay? Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.